Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Jody Bear, known as America's top foundational health coach. For over 4 decades, I have brought healing, strength, and hope to over 35,000 of my client patients. When I was in private practice, over 1.1 million pounds of toxic fat lost. And during the COVID era, when I unretired, over 3,000 client patients have reclaimed, regained, and restarted their lives in all 6 pillars of health. Ladies and gentlemen, starting with spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and social. But you know what the good news is, ladies and gentlemen? The next pounds lost, the next health reclaimed, the next inspiration of help, healing, and hope can be yours. Dr. Les Brown, the greatest of all time, said it is possible for you to create a whole new future. All you have to do is say, it's possible because I'm possible. Impossible is a word, but when you take it apart, it says, I'm possible. Our guest here today at noon Eastern time here, and in Tokyo, it's midnight. In the UK, it's 6. It doesn't matter what time zone you're on. This is the way you do it. In Mindset Monday, when you say, I'm possible, you can just flip that switch. You can decide to do what only you can do. I'm coming back to Les Brown when he said, it is necessary for you to do what only you can do. Decide that you must do it as though your life depends on it. And as we're talking about the mindset in your financial skill set, guess what? It is necessary for you to do that only you can do. Depend on it as though your life depends on it. Guess what? It does. So after our first commercial break, and yes, you see our book behind me with A-listers, the acclaimed actress, Tiffany Haddish of Girls Trip. It's been a trip putting this book together. Philanthropist, actress, filmmaker, martial arts, 9th degree black belt. And we're going to hear about Khalila Ali right now. Dr. Khalila just came back from Nigeria, where they're going to do a reunion of the Thriller in Nigeria. She's on the cover of Vogue in September. Our book's coming out on the 29th of August. Dr. Khalila, not only is she a motivational speaker as well, but a philanthropist. And speaking of philanthropists, I'm just honored, and it's such a privilege to be able to go on the 12th, look at our pictures, and meet in person Her Royal Highness, Princess Dr. Maradian Ogalana. She lives in Nigeria, her home country, Dubai, and also in Houston, Texas. I'm meeting her in New York at the UN. What a list, but it's not to be missed who our guest, Laura Ibarra, is here today. She is exactly why I did this book. Remember, I met Hulda Clark when I was 29. And I didn't take no for an answer. She was retired. She was 70 years old. What did she say to me when I said, Dr. Clark, I want to be mentored by you? Why did I say this? Because I saw the life-giving and transforming healing touch that she had on my youngest son in just 3 days. Because the body is a miracle-making machine. It can and will heal itself. I saw her healing touch. And when I came back to her, I said, Dr. Clark, I must be mentored by you. And she said, but I'm retired. Remember that word no? No only stands for next option. Laura Ibarra knows that no stands for next option. for real, for real. And then I looked deep into her eyes. I said, Dr. Clark, what if I'm the person that's supposed to carry your message long after you're gone? Now, me at 70, the tables are turned. Healthopedia began now 10 months ago. And the book, Healthopedia, widely acclaimed, still number 1 and 2 in 2 very difficult categories in health, 11 months later on Amazon, went international bestseller in 13 countries, 3.5 hours. And we're doing it again on the 29th of August. But what's so important is that me being of the baby boomer, now 70 age, and people in the book like Healthopedia, like Ivan Jacobs, like now in our Women's Essence book, Christina Doty, like Laura Ibarra, like women who are looking to be mentored, like Lorena Sanchez, who was on our show, I'm thinking a month ago. We're giving our wisdom to them and they're giving their dreams. I'm going to paraphrase before our commercial break a chapter in the good book, a verse that says that elderly women, like elders, will see visions and the young women will have dreams, because we're putting dreams and vision together in our book, the next one, The Essence of a Woman. Unleash the feminine soul, the power of the universe. You will hear, feel, and just experience this in just 1 minute. But we're going to take a break with our sponsor, our wonderful sponsor, which is Dr. Jim Marinakis, my partner's company, PPI, Personal Performance Institute. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen.
The main reason I believe people's health is declining globally is because they don't do the things every day that they need to maintain themselves. They don't walk enough, they don't get enough nutrients, they accumulate way too much stress. They don't expose themselves to nature. They work under artificial lights that damage the rods and cones of their eye, their brain, disturb functions of their liver. Everybody wants to be free from disease, and they want to enjoy a long and happy life. At the Personal Performance Institute, we teach you how to do exactly that. It starts right in the beginning. The very first things you'll do, which are simple instructions, will improve your health, and they will make you feel better about yourself. Not believe that you feel better about yourself, but actually feel better about yourself. That's what the Personal Performance Institute can do for you.
And the Personal Performance Institute has done that for me for over 24 years, being a stage 4 cancer thriver and survivor when I met Dr. Jim Marinakis. And we will be doing it again, taking those who wish through this system, through the process. We'll be in California this time, in the LA area. Mark your calendars. You'll be hearing a lot about this. When? You'll be hearing a lot about this during our virtual 48 hours. Yes, 48 hours of live programming on Traverse TV and our YouTube channel, Healthopedia 365. After our launch, September 3rd, 4th. And then we're skipping Yom Kippur in honor of our Jewish friends. And then we'll be back on the 6th. So mark your calendars for February 29th through the 22nd. Your future self will be so, so happy for you. But your future self will be really excited to hear from Laura Ibarra. She is somebody, all I'm going to say is she lights up a room. Think about it. This is her 3rd company, 3 Wins International. She is a PhD student right now. I say that we put in our book, ABD, all but dissertation, because she'll be there in lightning speed. I met her through Money and You when we did our retreat, our symposium with the incomparable Dame Doria Cordova. She has graced our Traverse TV many, many times. But what she has done, she created this Three Wins International through the principles of Buckminster Fuller. It's if we all win, we win together. She got this mindset from her parents very, very young. See, you bring up a child in which they would go, they find their path. And she has found her path. Mid-30s, doing this really well. We're going to just say this is her first time ever being in an anthology. She wrote in English. Let me tell you something. Laura Ibarra from Mexico, English is her second language. I wouldn't even tried writing it in Spanish. She is gifted and brilliant as she is beautiful. So it is my honor to bring to our stage and to Traverse TV and Healthopedia 365. Welcome, Laura, to Mindset Monday. I'm so grateful to have you here.
Thank you, Jody. I was amazed. Like, who is this girl talking about? Oh, it's me. So
Oh,
thank
it
you.
is so you. It is so you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that beautiful flowing hair. I tell you, that Latina behind us with our
On
Phoenix.
the screen. Yeah.
Yes, on the screen. Move over, Latina. We've got the real deal here. So, Laura, tell us a little bit about you growing up in Mexico and what was it like having these parents that just immersed you into mindset at such a young age?
Yeah, thank you, Jody. Yeah, I have been blessed of having this life, and some of us believe that we choose our parents. So I definitely know what I was doing. So some of my closer friends always ask me, "And what are you studying currently?" Because they know I'm always pursuing any kind of studies. So I think that I that nurtures my soul, but I learned as a kid. I mean, if you, I know we're using this background, but you have seen my space is full of books because my
Yes.
room when I was a child, my dad made build this bookshelf with just wood and bricks, and then all the layers up to the floor to the top were books. I have one wall full of books. And of course, I think I really believe that we can embrace overnight, that you can read into your mind and
Yes.
absorb all of that information. So that's why, as a result, I fill my house with books. So I'm a bookworm.
And they just absorb in there. I remember when I was in college, I always said, well, if I just slept on my book, maybe it would get into my brain so I didn't have to reread it before a test. There you
I
go.
believe it's possible.
Absolutely. And so growing up in that environment and you saw your parents being entrepreneurs, and we're not going to give too much away because they've got to buy the book.
Yeah,
They've got
exactly.
to,
That's the whole story.
it's all in there. But let's talk about, and I will say, because of your light, your frequency, and your love, who you are. When I said you're as beautiful on the inside as I'm looking at you on the outside, I
Thank you.
remember walking into to Money and You, and you just lit up a room. You just lit up the room, and there were many more than just two of us there. And I want to give Dame Doria a shout out that it's just so wonderful that Money and You Distinctions is a proud sponsor of Healthopedia. Dame Doria has made this amazing video, but we just couldn't get it on for this broadcast. But we all know she's a perfect example of those that are mature giving to younger people. So, what do you remember about our meeting? And then I'm going to tell you what I remember about you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that. And just, I would love to honor as well Dame Doria. I'm gonna put in the chat the link, so anyone who wants to connect with so many people that can help you in your way as a mentor. And I actually spoke about that on the book. So go ahead and ask for the book. So anyhow, when we met at Money and You, I remember you approaching me. I was so afraid because, believe it or not, Jody, I believe that that first Money and You for me, and for those who doesn't know what is money about, is an experiential event when you can go half of the week, Wednesday through Saturday, and through experiences, through games, you learn a lot of yourself and what is your relation with money. And but for me, what catch my eye, and I can tell you now, was all the behavior and how all we show up playing just games
Yes.
and then getting the feedback. So I'm currently now collaborating with Carol Dysart, which is the disc master, and she's training me to get my certification as a disc interpreter, which I'm so proud. But I remember that time, Jody, for me was difficult because, as you mentioned, I come from Mexico. English is my second language, and I was just grasping the ideas. Sometimes the conversations, not only with the instructors because they are amazing, but even with the networking place, it was difficult for me because everyone was on their field talking so fast, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm just grasping the idea." So I remember you mentioned being in Mexico, collaborating in sports, and I just have here and there some thoughts, but I don't remember because I wasn't available to understand you fully. So that was my perspective. But I connected with so many people just by being in the space, and I become friends with Michelle Wilson, and then Barbie Layton, Chimiko, all the team. I mean, for me, it was more about a conversation with the soul rather than the
Oh,
language.
and frankly, this is what I remember. And
Mhm.
you and I want you to take this in. So write this down, ladies and gentlemen. I think the next Money and You is in November out in San
September.
in
September.
September
Yeah.
in truly in San Diego. So be there. We will be there, and it is something to just be a part of. But the most important thing for me that I remember, Laura, about you
Mhm.
was your smile. And
Thank you.
actually, you did tell me to slow down many a time. And guess what? I remember, I thought, oh, I'm trying to slow down to 45 miles an hour. I'm so much better. But when we connected about this book project, I was amazed. If this isn't 2 years later, your amazingness with the grasp of English, I was like, oh my goodness. There is just an absolute example of how you can just with mindset you can do anything.
Mhm.
Laura, that is you. So I want to put up on the screen now just for a couple of minutes before our next commercial break. I really want to talk about ladies and gentlemen, most people do oh, there's a comma there. Whoops,
Mhm.
my bad.
Sorry.
There's a there's something that you go ahead and you start a company, but is this your third company?
It is, Jody, and you can
And
learn
would
more
you
if
please oh, no, 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 I'm gonna interrupt now because
Mhm.
English is my first language. Mid-30s, third company. My goodness gracious, tell us about 3 Wins International. This is amazing.
Yeah, it everything came together during the pandemic. I was watching a live transmission. It was in Spanish. I remember that because the guy who was presenting drew a triangle, and he spoke about, you all know about the win-win situation in business, but what if we also integrate the community in this form? So for me, it was like, wow. And I have my here, like the triangle that I draw that day. Like this was
Oh,
my inspiration. Later on, I met Moni and you. I fell in love with Buckminster Fuller, and then I just feel it. This is it. I mean, collaboration and all the things that we learn, all the distinctions that Dame Doria present through Money and You. Um, it for me was okay. This is my place. This is the family. So, what True Win stands for is that I have been performing my professional skills as a graphic designer, branding strategies. But there was a point that I was seeing that the more that I was creating, sometimes the projects were not quite in alignment with my values. So I'm gonna just leave it there. But I just to be for me, being in Money and You gave me that awareness that, wait a moment, you're growing brands international, but it doesn't feel good if it is not in alignment with your values. So I
Yeah.
stopped. I closed some of the projects that I was working with. So many dear friends were there, but at least I have this quote about integrity, because integrity is the root of everything that is going to be successful. So
Mhm.
I decide to jump, doing a quantum leap jump, and then okay, let's start over. I finally integrate the LLC here in the States, and then that has been my vision. So every client that I'm onboarding from now, I just make an interview, like, and tell me more about how do you approach your community and education, anything that you can support. And if they like speak my language,
Yes.
then I move forward. If not, I can say, oh, my agenda is full, even if I'm just reading a book the next day. So that's what I feel like saying about being in the state of integrity. And
Yes.
of course, thinking ahead, as you mentioned at the beginning, moving that legacy. For me now, especially with Carol Dysart, moving her legacy about all the knowledge she has about this
Yes.
is so important that I see potential in the future. We can help so much. So for me, that's what lights my day every day.
Well, and you think about that. Integrity isn't everything, but it's the only thing. And that's the only way you can do all the branding, but you can have lipstick on a pig. You still got
Yeah,
a pig. I
exactly.
That's just it. And I want to give a big shout out to you
Thank you
because
for the example. I have a very bad one, but thank you for that.
thank you, thank you. So this book, Healthopedia, will have its first anniversary in September. And Laura, I am so honored to say that you went ahead and said yes to translating it, as you say, into correct Spanish, real Spanish. What an honor as we dive into that to do together. But let's just take a look at our beautiful, beautiful. Last week, it was Tiffany. This week, it's Dr. Kalila, as we just respect and honor our three anchor authors, these
Yeah.
three power women, Dr. Kalila Camacho Ali. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen. Former wife of Muhammad Ali, Academy Award winning actress, author, motivational speaker, aviator, and filmmaker, humanitarian, ninth degree black belt. Dr. Kalila Camacho Ali, our anchor author for The Essence of a Woman. And my goodness gracious, is she just not beautiful?
I know.
75 and beautiful. And I just saw the preview of what they're going to put out in Vogue in September.
Wow.
Her look, I mean, I just got goosebumps about goosebumps, but I'm going to talk about you because when it was just meant to be, you commented on some post in social media. We hadn't talked for this over a year, I think, and I just knew that you needed to be in the book. What do you remember, and why did you say yes?
Thank you. Thank you for that, Jody. It was a very special moment. And believe it or not, I did tell you this that time. I was thinking about you because of a post that you on social media, you post something and then I reply and I say, hey, let's chat, let's reconnect. And then the next time I was like, will you want to be in the Essence of a Woman book? And I was like, what? This is an amazing opportunity. So for me, was not coincidence. And I know at first, of course, imposter syndrome hit right away. Like, who am
Mm,
I to be in a book with Kalila Camacho, with
Exactly.
Princess, well, I know, with Tiffany Haddish. I mean, I felt like what I have to say, and then you gave me this vision about
Mm.
why my story was relevant. And uh, to be completely honest, my PhD is about this the same topic. But every time I was writing for the dissertation, they all correct me like, no, you cannot use your personal experience because this is a research, this is an investigation, you need to be more professional. So I kind of try to erase my story, but with a outsider perspective, to just to be scientific for scientific reasons. And
Sure.
then when you invite me to do this, for me was like a no-brainer. This is it. This is where I can actually speak as a woman about this situation that I was living. And then when I completed, I felt so good because I know the reason I started my PhD was about sharing the story and
Oh,
share some light about this situation. And then you just gave me ahead on time, like 2 years
right,
ahead.
right place, right time, and right on the money. Because Laura, you've written in the financial pillar of our book, because mindset really, the mindset, as you talked about money and you, and coming in September, it truly is a mindset
Mhm.
about money and financial health. But what I remember about that conversation was this, is that, and something that you don't know, you ready to, can I share an el secreto
Okay.
on, on our show? Okay. I had no idea. Kalila was our only anchor author at that point. You
Mhm.
came in and you gave me the spark. I thought, maybe this is supposed to be an international book.
Mhm.
The next day, Princess Maradian said yes. Then we're in Nigeria, and everything, I know you feel this way in your world. All roads lead back to Mexico, but they really did. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now representing 11 countries in our book. It's truly a
Wow.
global expression, but it started with you. And so, and your title, I just want to spend the last couple of minutes here with healthy mindset, game and match. How'd you come up with that title for your story chapter?
I just because I'm not English native, I was looking for some words that rhyme and connect, and I found this analogy from tennis, like it's set, game, and match, which means that you conquer right away. The game, you win the game. So for me, connecting the game with the wins, I was like, okay, I like the title, and then you helped me to connect the mindset and the yeah, exactly. So this is the way, if you prepare your mindset, and inside the chapter I highlight some of my mentors, Kathy McAfee, Luis Jimenez, Dane Doria, and of course Napoleon Hill and Bucky. So everyone is included. Thank you for all of you. And that's the reason I just came with the idea, and everything was easily. One thing that I want to share is that I was able to be in Cannes Festival last May, and I was writing the book. And for me, it was a trick. I want to write my chapter in France. So indeed, it's international. I write
Yes.
those chapters while I was flying through the ocean. So it's international.
It's international. As we say, ladies and gentlemen, the essence of a woman, truly, truly, you go into unleashing the feminine soul, but you are the power of the universe, Laura. With this quote, the essence of winning lies giving yourself permission to play with your mindset. It's a game. It is a game. And you know what the next game is going to be first? Because I never stop. My why is better way. Okay. And I can truthfully say that I did my dissertation and then I turned it in to the 21 Days to Your Best You, my
I know
best-selling book. So guess what?
it. Mhm.
You are going to do the same thing, get this dissertation done. Then we'll tell the story through your research. Is that a deal?
Yeah, of course.
We're going to be done, but we'll never be through. So make sure that you look Laura up. She makes some amazing posts on social media. Three Wins International. Make sure that you check her out on her Instagram page,
Yeah.
Laura Ibarra .creative, because you are. But what is the last piece that you want to share with our audience about mindset? Mind, match, game, set, and set up for success. What is it?
Okay, I don't want to spoil the chapter, but if you get the book, you get to know like the recipe. So everyone shared the action we recommend you. I mean, take it as a grain of salt. You can do whatever you want, but for me, the thing that I believe changed my life was getting in collaboration and getting mentors. So that's what I truly recommend. I'm now learning with Luis Jimenez, Napoleon Hill Institute master coach. So just imagine the possibilities. The more that I share, the more that I learn, I'm capable of helping others. So for me, that is a no-brainer. So find me on Instagram. If you want to have a copy of the book autograph, just DM me. I mean, I'm putting together all the things, but you can always connect with me on my personal Instagram page.
Well, and Laura, as I've said, you might as well get the book at a discount from us. You can go to essenceofawomanbook.com. I know that Laura's got a great page up there at threewinsinternational.com. You can go, and as we say, it's a social lottery. $30, if for no other reason, ladies, alone. There are 4 different people, me included, as a PhD in holistic nutrition, another holistic nutritionist, and 2 MDs talking about hormones. That is enough to pick up the book right now, and then you read the rest. 38 authors. 38 is great. And you put 3 and 8 together, it's 11, which is an angel number.
Mm-hmm.
You are, Laura, you're one of those angels in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you without a doubt, get the book for me. I said, who knows? I may be as famous as Oprah one time. Who knows? Get the book from Laura. And she's much younger. She might be as popular as J-Lo one day. You're going to know the real Latina. So thank you, Laura. I am so happy that you graced our stage. But let's look at a bigger picture
Wow.
of the book. It is just beautiful. I'm very, very partial, but now you can see the back cover in progress. We have Tiffany's getting which picture she wants to put, but there we are, and there you are, and there you can be with us.
Yes.
The essence of a woman. Unleash your feminine soul. Thank you for unleashing your feminine soul, exposing your vulnerability, your beauty, because you truly are the power of the universe. Let's do it again. And you'll be seeing lots of her at the end of August 29th, when we do our live Zoom to launch our book. And then guess what? Our 48 hours of live TV. You're going to be a part of this. So I'm glad, so blessed. By the way, the comment section is blowing up. You've got quite a fan club.
Yeah, I call my family, so now you can see.
Move over, J-Lo. Laura Ibarra has absolutely graced the stage. So ciao for now, Laura. Thank
you. Love you.
So mindset, skill set, match set, mind, skill, and set. It is all there. See, leaving that which is behind and looking forward to that which is new. That begins right here, right now, taking that first right step. Mindset, skill set. Laura has it here for sure. So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Healthopedia 365. There's someone out there that needs to see that information too. Come back next Monday when we'll be from the UK with Leilani Alesh, Indomitable Joy, from our emotional pillar of success. So in every way and every day, make it a mindset kind of Monday, and every day can be a Healthopedia kind of day. Ciao for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundation.